So we'll see how this goes. Oh, that's getting a little close. It's getting a little bit closer than I really like. Let's head this way. Let's see if we can... Yeah, alright. Okay, so what we are doing is we are roughly 200 and just under 260 kilometers out from the start asteroid, which we know we have gold in, and I've done a little bit of searching here and there for other materials. We did bring back some magnesium, which may actually be processed. Let's see here. So yeah, our magnesium is all over the place. Okay, so let's drop you in there. Need to move all this stuff out. Alright, so let's go for refineries. Do we not have anybody processing anything? Of course not. That would be entirely too easy, wouldn't it? Okay, so refinery. I want you running that stuff. Which, realistically, I think we need to bring a third refinery online. But what we need to do first, and I'm really hesitant to do this, is we need to jump into the area where our gold is. Right, so since you're over there, I think what we're going to do, you're heading mostly parallel to us. So you're going to end up a little closer, but shouldn't be too close. All right, so what I think we're going to do is I think we need some weapon systems. I think we need big weapon systems. So before we jump back in there, I think what we're going to do is we're definitely within jump range. That's not an issue. That's not a huge issue, actually. Let's go this way because we can. I mean, it's fun to walk through the ship and everything, but not a whole lot's changed, and we need to get some stuff online before we get too close to the base. Okay, so we were talking about this thing being more weapons. And I'm thinking I may actually take that line off. So what I was thinking was is we'll end up with gyros. Get rid of that for now. Went up with a set of gyros here. And we'll do another set on the other side here. And basically, like I said, it's really just to try and give us a little bit better handling. The ship is still a little bit wonky. Alright, so we need metal grids. Wow, we need plates, really? Oh, because I put all that heavy armor in. That's why. Okay. That would do it. Alright, so let's go over here really quick. I am actually curious now. Wow, we burned through all of those plates. Okay, sure. Assembler. Let's have you do, I don't know, like 10K plates. And for you, we're going to have you do, yeah, 1,000 grids, just because we can. Just make things a little bit interesting. All right, so what I'm thinking here then is that for the weapons, we actually have some weapon options. So I'm thinking, are you're large grid, right? You are large grid. All right. So I'm thinking we may actually go external with these. Do like a railgun. Actually, let's do this. So if we take that out, take that out. And we'll change that color so it doesn't... Hey Cody, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Paul! How you doing? Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And that actually... Railgun's bigger than I thought it was. It's like a block too big. Oh, man. All right. So we're going to hopefully build something that we can... let's see. That puts... So if we do that, actually, I may do that instead. All right, and we're going to repeat that on this side. All right. So, what's up? Basically, we got our butts handed to us by the orcs. That was a interesting scenario. I got a little too full of myself. And the orcs reminded me why they are such a terror. Yeah, they decimated us. It was horrible. Part of it was because of the fact that I had messed up on my ammo plan. I actually had produced the wrong ammo for the weapons. So we went in with almost no ammo available for some of our guns. And yeah, it came back to bite us in the ass. So, but you know, usual stuff, right? Alright, so if we do that, I'm thinking let's do a conveyor off to the side here. And then we'll put the artillery pieces on that. So I really am trying not to go too heavy with the artillery style weaponry because the ammo is explosive. Hey Cody. Yeah, I know, man. They've been around for a while. That's a nice thing about the channels. We've gotten pretty consistent folks, so you know I do appreciate it. So, you know, the numbers go up and down, but the core of people seem to tend to stay pretty much the same. So I don't know how we're going to greeble this, but we are going to greeble this. I want these under protection, mainly because of the fact that we've gotten our butt handed to us, so I want a little bit more armor on it. I just don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Now, we've been really, really lucky, and I don't want to mention it because every time I do, they show up. But we haven't seen them in a while, but I've also been moving more, so I'm not staying in any one place too long. So I'm thinking that might be helping. Well, we'll see how that actually goes out. What are you missing? You're missing all sorts of stuff. Okay. What are you missing? You're missing all sorts of stuff. You're missing some stuff. Bob is trying to get all of these welded up. Do I have any steel plates on me? I do, but not enough to really help. And I am running out of oxygen, so that would not be a good thing. Let's hop in here for a second. We'll pick up some O2 tanks. Thomas, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. So, happy Monday, everybody. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. We need you to be full. Thank you. Actually, drop you back here so I can do that. Okay, so if we go ahead and drop... Let me get the scrap out of my inventory. It just clutters everything up. Yeah. Okay, so we have a few plates. Jago, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'll get the railings and stuff back in here eventually. That's the little mining ship that we built last time. I'm thinking about turning it into a drone. We did put an RC on it, so we have that option. Okay, so we're waiting for this stuff to finish welding. I need superconductors, which for those I need gold. What are you waiting for? You're still waiting for plates? You're all waiting for plates. Is that really all you're waiting for? Of course, you are waiting for a ton of plates. That's 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K between them all. Not so much on this side, so not too bad. Alright. Okay, so what we're talking about here is greebling at this point. And ammo. We harvested some magnesium last time, which is why we built the little mining ship. We're putting some artillery pieces in, putting railguns back on, and I think we need to put this one all back together. Is this all? So the rotor is fixed, the rotor part is fixed, and the hinge is fixed. Okay. Can I get into... Used to be able to get into the inventory here, but I guess not. I think I have to go to the... There it is. So if we go in here, get our hinge, and we are going to add a hinge head, which obviously flings me out across space, which is okay. And I need that hinge. Actually, I think the hinge has still got its max and mins, right? Turret hinge. Okay, it still has its max and mins. We're gonna reverse that. And I want it to be... Actually, doesn't matter because it's under that controller. I may not be able to do anything with it because it's under the controller. Well, let's go up and fix that really quick. It'd be nice if I could actually hard set the hinge, but that's so. Oh, you know why? Because I've got it set up. Because I've got limits on it, so I want it to go. Yeah. I need this. Alright, so lower limit's 80. Upper limit is 0. Is that right? No, lower limit should be 80. Alright, so upper limit should be 80. Wait, no, let me... Okay, so if that's 80, alright, so 90 is flat, right? 80 is on the elevation, so I need it to be... Lower limit needs to be 0. Upper limit needs to be 80. And so now, yeah, that's right. That's what we want. Okay. And that guy is getting a little close. So I think we're gonna, let's get up to like 25-ish. Oh. Am I any good at greebling? I don't know. So I did the hangar on this ship. The core ship I stole. I'm sorry, we salvaged from from a wreck. Oh, but the hangar I did. So I like to think I'm okay at greebling. I mean, there are definitely people that are, light years ahead of me on it. I personally just don't like large flat planes on my build. So. Alright, so we should be okay here. Basically just moving like 1 or 2 kilometers at a time here. Okay, so that's good. Alright, so let's go get that turret hinge fixed. At some point I will put sensors back on that thing. All the armor sections I still need to repair on the ship itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a conveyor in here. And then I'm going to put... which weapons do I want to put on this? See, if I put something like, say, the artillery piece on here, right? That's pretty low profile. We can actually get 2 of those in. Hey, Wind, how you doing? Greebles! Yes, Cody, interplanetary space dibs. Rules are in effect. Greebles gremlins, yeah. Would be nice. Let's see. So yeah, like I was saying, I could put artillery on this thing. And since it's such a low profile block, we'd have a better range of motion on it. Now, if we went with railguns on here like we had before, let's drop you out, put you in. So the railguns, as you can see, actually go back on the hinge. So what we ended up having to do is I had to tweak the angles that these could rotate at, because I didn't want the hinge to pivot in such a way that it would cause problems. So I could go that way with it, which gives us a much greater field of fire than what we had previously. But the hinge becomes a very open, exposed area where the hinge before was hidden behind the railgun. But I'm thinking we may have to go this way just for a little bit better elevation control. I mean, I could flip it that way and it would effectively give us the same as what we had before. I think I'm going to go that way and give us a little bit more arc of fire on it. And like I said, I'm really trying not to use artillery pieces because they're explosive. I mean, we could even double these up if we really wanted to. Should we double them up? I think we're going to double them up. We're going main gun style. Alright. There we go. That's going to make an impact on something. Alright. Oh. Rotary conveyor junction. Yeah, I actually had thought about doing that before. So it would basically feed through here, and then you would still have rotational and pivot control. But I actually didn't like the way that worked out, at least for this build. But yeah, no, that is definitely a way to go. And honestly, it probably would be a preferred way to go in this particular case, but like I said, I'm kind of building around things that are already existent. If I'm going to spend the time to do a full retrofit, we're rebuilding the ship. We're building a new ship, I should say. Yeah, the rotor above the surface would work. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it because we have an advanced rotor in there, so I'm not, we have pivot control, obviously. All right. But I need to get the gold because I need the superconductors. And power cells, apparently. So, yeah, I need just the plates to get done. And I don't think I actually have any superconductors left. I think we used all the ones that we had. Let's see here. Yeah, we used them all. Alright, how much gold do we have left? We can't... We've got 0.35 ingots. Okay, yeah, we need to go get the gold. Alright, so... Bob is getting that stuff loaded up. How are we doing over here? You're still missing steel plates. You're obviously missing plates. So that'll be the next one online. And then it'll go from there. You are missing steel plates. Okay, well, once we have the steel plates sorted out, all of this stuff can come online. Alright, let's go make the jump. We'll see how this all works out. Like I said, I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen anything overly hostile. Alright, let's... see how this goes. Refueling station. Where did we end up? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, the jump drives take you 2K out now, huh? 2.5K. Used to be 1K. You design around your Greebles? Yeah, I'd sometimes... Oh, look at you. That would be some debris from our exit. That looks like ice. That was a whole lot of ice. See if we can... I don't know if that's ice or ore or what. But there's a whole lot of debris over here. May as well salvage while we're here, right? Yeah, I apologize for the condition. My ISP has had issues for the last week or so. So you may be getting inconsistent bandwidth on that. My upload speeds are usually around 24 to 25 megabit. But not always. They've been a little shaky. Alright, let's see if we can get... Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if that's iron or alien ice. Can't tell. Guess we'll find out in a second. Well, it's nice to see that the shields are still up. No works in the general area yet. You know what? We don't have time for this. I need to I need to go get the gold. Here, let's go see what that is. It'll be faster. Are you ice or iron? You look like alien ice? Alien lake ice. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not worried about you. What I'm wondering is if we may have some supplies over at the station still. Alright. So let's head down. Yeah, whenever I see stutter on the on a load, it's like, oh, that means there's something big coming. But yeah, I'm actually surprised the station survived. I mean, we have bobs on it and we had a bunch of material on it, so it shouldn't be too bad, but we definitely need to go get some gold and such. You know what? We actually have more refineries on the station, so we've got like 2 or 3 extra refineries over there. So let's go this way with it. It's weird coming back to this after everything that's happened. Alright, so let's nose it down, and well, actually, we're going to roll it this way so that it's not as likely to smack the hangar into something. Alright. What I should do is set up some defense stations around this thing. Alright. That's pretty close. Hey, if we're coming in blind on that thing. Alright. I think we did pretty good. There we go. All right, so everything's moving away from us. Okay, do we have any gold left here? There was a little bit of gold left in the system. And the last time we were here, we had Saul on board. I mean, realistically, it's only been a couple of days since we left, but... Alright, so you are still patched in over here. It looks like everything's green, so yes, should be good. Alright, so that means we can bring out the little ship, the little miner, and get some mining done. Hopefully get some gold here. I want to make sure... Okay, everything in here is still closed, which is fine. We're just going to explosive decomp the area, which is also fine. Alright, so let's change that over, turn that off. And we want our gold. Let's go get some gold. Whee! Alright. Our little runabout. Right. This thing is completely unarmed and definitely unarmored. Let's see if we can get some of that yummy, yummy yellow ore here. Alright. Tastes like lemon. Alright. Sorry, I was making lemonade over the weekend. Oh yeah, I forgot. We have lights now. And Cody, no worries, man. Yeah, ship design in Space Engineers is weird. It's like, I know people who are really, really creative with designs and such, and getting Space Engineers to do something other than a box is just one of those, it just takes time, I guess. Basically, it's mostly just experience. But what I do and I normally suggest to folks do is to just sit down with the Space Engineers in creative mode and just go through each of the build states for all of the blocks. And that usually helps. Yeah, I love Spacebar's cockpit designs. Things are amazing. And for those who are curious, the cockpit we're using is actually from Spacebar's Cockpit Emporium. The link for the mod is actually in the description of the video. So, all of the mods that I'm using currently are in that description link. And it'll take you directly to the mod, not redirecting through any personal websites or anything like that. It's all directly on Steam. Alright, so how much gold is that? 16k gold. We need a bit more. I want to make sure we have like 30 or 40k of it, because we're going to be using a lot of it. Right. Keeping my eye on that guy back there. We still need to get our shield generators online too. I don't think our shields are running out on the salvage ship. Yeah, that the trouncing that we received on the on part of the orcs. Yeah, expensive, very, very expensive. But you know, like I said, at least they didn't destroy the base. We were able to get them far enough away from the base that they didn't turn around and just start destroying it. Because I know when we left, it was under fire, but I left parts behind and a bit of material behind, and it looks like the Bobs fixed it mostly. But unfortunately, that meant that the good supplies that we had on board, we had to leave. So, I mean, we could always grind the base down, but I don't want to do that. I think what we'll do is let's get the materials together so that we can get the ship built, get what we've got, get the salvage ship as is rebuilt, and then I'm thinking if we can keep the orcs off our backs long enough this week, I think we'll do a big ship build. We may have to go search for a place to like actually burrow into and set up a massive amount of defense systems. So we'll see. We're talking like probably 12 to 15 defense pods. Oh. Howda in Canada? Not offhand. I've been playing Space Engineers for a really long time, so it's possible that I've met them at some point. I know a bunch of people in Canada, though. One of my co-creators and often partner in crime, Adredden, is actually from Canada. Any bets on how much cargo we have on how much do we have? We have 27k and another 8k there. Okay, let's move you up here, move you up here. I have 35k, almost enough. What I need to do is get damned antihistamines. My throat's all torn up because of all the... We've had a lot of rain in California recently, like over the last 2 weeks, and we're expecting more this week. So everything bloomed early, and in quantity. So there's just so much like pollen and stuff in the air. My hay fever's going nuts. Thankfully, I'm not one of those people who gets the coughing, sneezing hay fever. It's just I get the sore throat and stuffy nose. So, yeah. It was weird. I didn't have those problems until I joined the military. Oh. Which was honestly probably just because of where I was living. I grew up on the East Coast where it's a lot more, there's a lot more humidity regularly and on average. So out here, combination of usually dry with mixes of moistures just destroying me. You'd think after as many years as I've been out here, it wouldn't be an issue anymore. Oh, nice. Yeah, there's a surprising number of like actual engineers who play space engineers. Electrical, mechanical, material. I mean, it's like it's a whole subculture. Alright, so let's see what we've got here now. Alright, that should be good for now. Let's go back around. Just basically using a little micro boost to get me around so I'm not over... Hey, Christopher! Mechanical here, yeah. Oh, nice. Actually, yes, I do get raw honey. Mainly because of the fact that I like the honey, not for any medicinal purposes. Surprisingly. So, and it might help, I don't know. But my wife and I both enjoy honey, so. Yeah, we'll just latch in here, that's fine. And it looks like I need to drift a little bit over and maybe back a bit. Yep, there we go. Alright, so if we do that, we can turn that off. We'll set those to charge because I do not like having my... turn those lights off. I don't like having my mining vehicles run out of power. For some reason, man, Space Engineers and its power regulation leaves a lot to be desired. So, before we go rampsing around everything, yeah, see, we've got a bunch more refineries here. I actually want the gold over here. We're gonna run through as much of the gold as possible. Okay. Okay, and then let's go. We're gonna hide empty. We've got that refinery running scrap. We're going to basically move some of this stuff around so that it's all... Actually, I guess I should just do this. There we go. And then that way all the scrap is in one refinery. And you can come down there. We'll do that. Because I don't really need the material that the stone's going to offer. We're pulling enough of it between the scrap and the stuff we're salvaging elsewhere. So, yeah. Basically trying to minimize how much mining we actually do. Oh, look at you. You're almost done. You need superconductors. Oh, I need to get power cells going too. I need 100 power cells per, so it's 600. I know he's got some on him, but I want to have some backups too. So, what are you doing? You're not doing anything. So, let's go. Let's have you doing 1,000 power cells. It's not like I don't have the material for it. Bob is my handicap? Yes and no. So, in this particular playthrough, we're using Bob because we can. And I had originally had him installed because I wanted to do a weapon based off of him, and I did. So we have Bob on a turret down here. And that Skippy's getting a little close. So we have a turret Bob down here, which is actually a lot of fun. And then we had the saw on the front of the ship, which was 13 Bobs set on narrow bands, so we were basically just deleting stuff. Yeah, and then I actually had thought about putting the beam drill on, and then decided not to. It's a little OP even for my standards. Same reason I'm not using Bob's mod for the drill and fill. Alright, so you need... see, you would actually be done if we weren't stealing the superconductors for everything else. Alright, so how many field emitters do you need? You know what, let's just do this. We're just going to do that. Okay. And then, actually while we're here, well, it should be... Oh. Alright, let's check production. Who's doing what here? Station assembler should have a bunch of stuff. It just needs gold, and needs gold. Alright, so if we then go in here, let's go... We've got superconductors being produced. And I need a bunch of these. Oh, I need was it gravity components that I need? Yeah, it's gravity components. I need 32 of them. Hey, look, it's Skippy the Frog. Right. Yeah, drill and fill is crazy. Hey, Nada. Yeah, that is true. It is a better performance hit because it's just straight up removes the voxel. It doesn't actually go through the destruction process. It just deletes it. And I mean, at some point in Space Engineers, when you're playing Space Engineers, you get to the point where your production ability is so high that you have to use things like drill and fill or even the beam drills, because you're just, the amount of material you need to extract becomes just absolutely asinine. But again, it's like, it's just, you know, personal preferences. There are definitely reasons to use the different mods that are out there. Okay, so you're still producing plates. We're going to have you crank out like another 10k plates. Oh, bot spawner. Why do I have a mainframe for bot spawner? Do I actually have a bot spawner in? I don't remember having bot spawner in here. I enabled. Oh, we do. We have the robot factory. Ah, I forgot that was one. Those are always fun. So for those who don't know, this thing, basically if you place it in-world, you can spend in-world resources to get NPCs that do things like run around and defend stuff. Or I think there was a maintenance drone and a security bot, and basically they're just like player models that will follow a set path. You actually have to build the path and program the path, and they'll follow it. And if they find whatever they're looking for, like the security guys, if they find hostiles during that path, they'll attack the hostiles. The maintenance guys, if they find something that needs to be welded or repaired, they'll come by and do that too. It's fun stuff. Very true, Nada. Very true. Oh. Yeah, that gravel sifter is broken. And it's broken in a good way. If you ever need something, like if you ever just want to never have to worry about gravel, like even now that the the refineries in general will allow you to process stone into multiple materials, that thing is just nuts. You get unlimited of everything from gravel. And then using the other mods, it's like the stone and ice drills. They maximize how much stone you pull out, and it's just, yeah. You just end up processing so much material so quickly. Wow, we lost some stuff up here. I'm just looking at how much damage was done even after Bob repaired it. Right. So this area used to look like that area. That is design. That is actually design. Looks like the station really didn't take too much damage above and beyond some of the basic stuff getting knocked out. I mean, obviously we lost some sections, like, you know, obviously a hole here now that wasn't here before. Yeah, the station actually did pretty good. It fared better than we did, that's for damn sure. Welcome back, Wind. Alright. Okay, so we need to get some things fixed here. I need to get the additional thrusters back online. You guys are online now, yeah? Oh, look at you. Okay. So you have all your power cells. You have all your power cells. You're just waiting for superconductors. Did I not queue up the superconductors? I think I didn't queue those up. You need power cells and computers. You need power cells and computers, and you are slowly being filled, so it's the computers that are next on our list. Okay. So let's grab, you're doing those. So we'll have you crank out a couple of thousand computers, right, because we don't have any? Yeah. All right. And then superconductors, I need, what, 150 per? So that's 300, 600. 900, so we'll say 1,000 of those. Let's see what that does for gold needs. Yeah. So that means we need 666 ingots of gold. The amount of gold we have on hand is not going to meet that. Well, it might. That should be a little over 1K, I think. Is that right? I think that's somewhere between 1 and 2K gold processed. I don't remember off the top of my head. I have to look at the numbers. I have a calculator that'll actually tell me, but I forgot to check it before we started streaming. Alright, so you're welded up, you're welded up. Yeah. So that's just needs the superconductors. Once those two railguns are online, those guys are piped in, those guys will be piped in. For me, I was Air Force, I was an electrical engineer. Fancy way of saying I was an electrician. when I joined, the Air Force had just recombined interior and exterior electric again. So it was a running joke. I've actually talked about this over on Twitter and a few other places a couple of times. Basically, once every 10, 20 years, the Air Force goes, you know, interior and exterior electric really are their own thing. And so they separate it. And then a couple of years later, they go, hey, you know, there's a lot of overlap here. We should consolidate these. So they do. It's unfortunately a running joke for most of us at this point. Oh, that's actually looking better now. Okay. Alright, so let's go down here, grab some sleep really quick. But yeah, I went into the military early 90s, got out mid 90s. It's just like interesting group of people. Met a lot of really good people. Met a lot of not so good people. Got to see parts of the world that, you know, I am probably better for experiencing, but not under the conditions that I experienced them. But overall, you know, it was a positive experience at the time. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I was stationed up out of Travis, so it's Gateway of the Pacific. Oh, I was looking at references to the base recently. I don't know, maybe like around the end of the year. I had seen some of the updated images, and it's like a lot of the things that were there that I worked on are no longer even even there. Like they've been just knocked down at this point, or completely rebuilt. It's actually weird to see where like the barracks that I used to live in is completely gone now. It's not there. It's like while I was there, they had built a bunch of new barracks on the other side of the base, and I was I was the first one who lived in the room that I was in. So there was some nice security there, knowing that, you know. If you've ever been in the military or associated to folks in the military, you know exactly the kind of shenanigans people get up to in their rooms. So, yeah. It was nice not having to worry about any of that crap. Oh, you're close to Moffat now? Nice. Yes, Sop is very true. There's not really any difference between single phase and three phase. Yeah, I know, right? With the right amperage, both of them will kill you, so. Oh, man. Oh, how much have I dealt with in custom projects? Recently, none. I haven't really done much in electrical since probably the early 2000s. Prior to that, like while I was in the Air Force, right? Like I said, I was an electrical engineer. So my field of study was interior-exterior hybrid. Basically everything post power generation. So I didn't work on generators, but I did work on everything from the point that the power leaves the generator to the point it comes out of the wall, including things like alarm systems, security, fire, duress, that kind of stuff, all the way down to lawn sprinklers, traffic lights. So yeah, we actually had to deal with a bunch of different aspects when you start talking about like thermoelectric, when you're talking about like field influences from your circuitry and cross interference and stuff like that. Those are all things that we had to deal with at various points in time and to different needs. So I guess it would come down to, professionally, it would come down to, depends on the context. For alarm systems, things like electromagnetic interference are much more significant than, say, wall outlets. So. Yeah, Cody, that was that was a rough period in time and a rough period in a rough area of the world. YouTube actually caught that. I didn't stop it, so. Hey, Christopher. Power delivery. Yeah, kind of. I don't say simply power delivery because it's not all it deals with, because you do deal with things like motors and electromagnetic circuits and such. It's more than just power delivery, but yeah, I mean, at the entry level, yes, it's power delivery. Like I said, I dealt with things like installing, maintenance, repair work on electricals, like not just grid systems, but control systems, electronics, that kind of stuff. I mean, we even worked with the computer bays and such. At one point in time, as one of the security guys, because I used to work out of when I finished in the Air Force. I was part of the alarm shop, and we could get into places on base basically no call, meaning we didn't have to call ahead. And I mean, we could get into some really just crazy places on base. We generally called ahead though, just to let them know, but like there were all sorts of like security protocols in place specifically for our shop. So yeah, who knew engineers would play space engineers? I know, right? It's kind of on the tin. I'm honestly surprised more engineers don't play space engineers, frankly. Alright, so you're missing... How many field emitters do we have being made? Do we have any field emitters being made, I guess I should say. Yeah, it was, like I said, it was an interesting time in my life. You are missing gold. Okay, so basically you're just missing gold. Everybody's waiting for gold. I think what we're going to do then is go into the refineries. And let's run you with, say, 15K. I'll split that stack a little bit. But yeah, it was, like I said, it was a fun time in my life. I got to meet some really interesting people, got to learn some really interesting things. But, I mean, for me, the reason I joined was because I was just kind of drifting. I really didn't have any goals at that point in my life. And so I was like, I'll join the military. Maybe it'll help. Got into the military. Was like, yep, nope, this was a bad idea. Oh, but, stuck it out. Had some fun. Yeah, I know, man. Those emitters are crazy. Yeah, the math is probably the worst thing in engineering fields. Hey, 09, but my shield generator for the ship is not. The thing is that right now is probably one of the best times for engineering because there are so many resources, but you still need to know the basics on the formula, depending on your specific field of engineering that you're getting into. Surprisingly, I think the most math-based engineering I've seen is structural. I mean, all of the groups of engineering, or all the types of engineering, deals with math at some level. Electrical engineering, you're dealing a lot with like Ohm's law and that kind of stuff. Basically, you're looking at, what's your line power versus the resistance versus necessity and capacity and a bunch of other stuff. But structural, man, those guys, they deal with crap that I would never want to have to deal with. Because they're talking, you're talking about like shear forces, you're talking in that you're talking tensile strength, material strength, that kind of stuff. You're talking about influence forces. So you've got, if you build a structure that's 20 feet tall in the middle of a plane, how does the wind and the gravity affect it? Versus that same structure in a downtown area where you have higher wind or you potentially have higher constant wind velocities because of channeling effects. And it's like, yeah, it's crazy math in that. But yeah, I mean, it also depends on what aspects of the engineering you want to get into. If you're talking field work, like an electrician, you're going to deal with you'll deal with some of the math, but you won't have nearly as much as somebody, say, doing an R&D position, or straight up design positions, because the designers, if you're building something, like if you're designing something for build, you need to understand exactly what types of influences and interferences you're looking at. And from electrical, it's kind of easy. It's, you generally know what your rates and resistances are. So it's like, you get to the point where you're like, okay, I know if I run this cable this long, I'm going to have, a rough droppage in the current delivered by roughly this percent. Just like folks that deal with computers all the time, if you're dealing with like USB cables and such, it's like how significant of a signal problem do you have if your cable gets too long? So. Frequencies at which they do and do not interfere. Yeah, that's harmonics are always a fun thing. You actually deal with that a little bit in electrical engineering as well. There's some harmonic stuff you have to know, but not nearly the same levels that you deal with it in physical engineering skills. Yeah, 3D animation, physics, because you have to know like all of the angular motion and stuff in that. Head in here for a second. We're just waiting for stuff to come up. Let's see. All right, so you guys are still waiting for conductors. You're waiting for conductors. I was making sure we've got basically everything that we need other than the superconductors, because those are obviously going to take time. Yeah, looks like everything else is done. Just superconductors. All right. Clean water or muddy water? Hey man, environmental engineering is ridiculously underrated. You want a job that actually impacts like massive numbers of people? Get into environmental engineering. That stuff is nuts. My sister-in-law actually, I don't know. My sister-in-law deals with a lot of that. She does inspections for county, like health inspections and stuff. So she had to go through all the biochem and everything. Oh man, that's nuts. Wind, if you develop that, let me know. I'd be interested. That'd be interesting to see. Anti-grav is the hope of everybody at some point, or at least frictionless resistance. So if we look in our assemblers, so we got a bunch of us, so what is that? So -2, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, -2, 8 in total. so it's only looking at our grid. Okay. Actually, do we have... Okay, how much gold do we have processed so far? We've got a bunch of gold processed. It's adding up quick. Alright. But yeah, like I was saying, environmental engineers, man, those... I sympathize with that crew. Hey, Zoc, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Alright. So we seem to be in a pretty good place. That is at the heart of the issue, but the problem is finding the materials and figuring out the numbers behind it necessary to apply that theory into practice. But like I said, you know, we get better understanding material-wise every day, so hopefully somebody will figure it out. Maybe you. Oh man, we were doing so good today too. Look at that. Right, so yeah, man, I really need to resort the way I'm filtering stuff in chat here. Let's get rid of that guy. Thank you. Boop. All right. Yeah, this ship is definitely getting beefy. I mean, we did lose one hangar. The orcs, you know, gutted one hangar for us. I took the jump drive that survived, moved it over to that hangar, rebuilt this hangar. And we're doubling the firepower on the turret. So, yeah. Just need to get the shields online, hopefully in the near future. See, I think this thing is eating all of my superconductors right now. Yeah. Once this thing is online, the cannons can finish welding up. Alright, so we've got gold, we've got iron. You know what? Let's go ahead and grab uranium. I should probably refill the storage tanks in the hangar too. Let's do that first, because we're almost out of almost out of oxygen on this guy. So we're going to depressurize that, and we'll let that run for, I don't know, 10-20 seconds. Exactly, Nada. That's what we're doing. We're using it as a chance to redecorate. And so what I'm doing here is I'm trying to refill this tank. Because Space Engineers has this wonderful little, we don't want to call it a bug, because it might actually be associated to the block, I'm not sure. If I turn off this vent, and it's set to decompress into its decompress mode, even with it powered off, if I turn this one on, the room won't pressurize. Basically, it'll keep pulling the pressure out, the atmosphere out, until everything is said and done. So what I have to do is turn it off, and then set the depressurization off, which is why I don't generally deal with it. Nope, wrong option. There we go. And so now this will pressurize. At least, yeah, there it goes. What I probably should do is I probably should prioritize my power generation. But, yeah. How are we doing here? Need 13 more. And 9 field emitters. Well, at least the field emitters are almost done. I think the field emitters are actually getting built before the superconductors. But yeah, like I said, basically once this thing is up and running, we should be okay. And you know what? I just depressurized this hangar and or repressurized it. I forgot. I was going to take the ship out because I want to go grab uranium. Alright, so we're going to turn you off. Going to turn you on, depressurize, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm using the standard large reactors. Because I don't think that there's a power production difference between the new reactors and the old reactors. Actually, I should check that, actually. I should probably actually check that. I haven't confirmed that. The new reactors might actually be more efficient. Let's come out here. We're gonna get away from Bob a little bit. Actually, I don't know if that... Okay, so 300 megawatts. Not that I actually had to come out here to do this, but 300 megawatts, yeah, so no modded reactors, huh? I had to check because I found that there are some changes in functionality for some of the DLC blocks, but Azimuth. Yeah, the Azimuth mods are fun. I actually used to use the deuterium mod. That thing was a blast. Helps if I remember to turn my batteries off of recharge. Alright. Yeah, so we'll do some mining while we're waiting. Oh man, alright, so nice uranium deposit inside the asteroid, always good, right? I mean, definitely doesn't hurt to have more. Yeah, there's actually, if you're wanting to see something like that, years and years ago, there used to be, I don't know if it's still there or not, I'll have to check and see if it's still active. There used to be an advanced rotor mod that was a ring. So, we used to build, like, space stations and stuff with it. I should do this way, so that way I don't have to hold the mouse. So yeah, there used to be a mod out that I used to enjoy using that was basically a ring, had, I want to say, 5 conveyor junctions on it, one in the middle, and then the outer ring had one in each of the cardinal location, in each cardinal point. And I used to build like grinders and welders and stuff that used that, so it would actually spin around whatever it was working on. And then using, well, at the time it was a mod, the old hinge mod, before it became part of vanilla. You could pitch, you basically use that to change your pitch and elevations on it. So you could actually make things that, like claws, that would close in on asteroids while it was eating them. I'll have to look for that. See if I can find that old build. That build was a lot of fun. But I did one with that that design as a 3D printer for ships. And so I built a spline for it, for the whatever was being printed. So it was all technically on the same grid as the rotor. Yeah, I should be mining. Yeah, I'm mining. It's just uranium is such a small return. It takes forever to get anything out of it. So, see, it is going up. It's just not being reported in the UI. Yeah, you can. There's. Let me reboot my brain here for a second. Yeah, there's lots of ways of producing those giant rings like that. So, connectors would be interesting. I'd have to take a look at that one. I don't think I've seen that one yet. Use the turret control block to control the two gyros orbit. Yeah. So using the turret control for it would work because you just set the ring itself to be the rotor. I guess if whatever you built the ring on, the rotor that you built the ring on, if you had all the weapons mounted on the same grid, well, I guess I should say on the same control grid, you'd have the hinges with the weapons, and then have all of the weapons set to focus fire or group fire. So now I'm going to have to try that. Actually, how much uranium do I have? I'm wondering if I'm pulling more stone than uranium at this point. Would be interesting to do. Would be kind of interesting is redoing the grinder system that I had before. Hey, no worries, Cody. Thanks for stopping in, man. Hope you have a fantastic week. Yeah, 45.90. Yeah. All right, how are we doing for uranium? We have another 6K uranium. That should be good. Let's make sure I'm not about to rip my drills off here. Wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last. Whoop. Yeah, I just said it wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't it? Alright, so military escort. I'm actually tempted to go down and hit that refueling station. Yeah. Go drop this off. We'll see how we're doing for the production. And that should be right about there, I think. Is that right? No. Alright, so if we then go that and that, go back to first person, I need to... Alright, so when we're almost even with that light, I just have to remember that for future reference. That way I can remember when I'm parking, I don't have to stress about it quite so much. Alright, so we'll close that up. Close that up. Do that. And turn that block back on. That way we can be in here with not worrying too much about it. Not that we're going to be hanging out in here right now. Probably pull it off using the magic trick of the floating person. Maybe. I don't like using that particular gridding technique. It does allow you to build some pretty interesting things, though. Hey, our shield generator's online. Yay! Okay. Let's check our settings on this. True controller link is false, huh? Oh, we don't have a shield controller. Oh, no, we do. There it is. Okay, so... we'll just leave... We'll just default on that, that's fine. This hasn't changed. None of this should... Yeah. None of this should really matter. Okay. And yeah, so it's saying no valid controller, which means I need to reassociate the controller that we have. Okay. I'm trying to remember how to do that. There's a way to force it to do it. I may have to separate the ship from the station in order to get that running. They may be the station's shield controller may be overriding the ship soon. Be an interesting design. Maybe I'll do something with it. I'll see what I can come up with. I'll probably do something with just a simple ring as a base. I mean, you could even go so far. I don't want to turn the assemblers off. So I'm thinking what you could do is, let's go advanced rotor. Oh. Hinge. Like that. Yeah, we're going to try and get far enough away that hopefully we're not under the influence of Bob. We'll find out shortly if we are or not. So if we had, say, like that, and something like that. So what you could do is set the hinge head at, say, I don't know, 45 degrees or whatever, like you were saying. Say do like a positive 45 so that it would actually be angled up that way. And then this one you would do you know, an invert of that. So 45, so it's 45 this way. And then you just build the rings slightly larger than each other. And you'd have a rotor at the end of it. So what I would probably do is something like this. Wonder if I can I push that? I can sometimes do this. No, doesn't look like it. Okay. But yeah, so then I would have basically a crossed ring. So there would be two independent rings, and one of them would be rotating, you know, whichever direction. Hey Brian, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Let me do a little bit of maintenance here really quick. There we go. Yeah, Clang definitely has issues. Hey Rashid, no problem. Welcome to this. Excuse me. And there goes the voice. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, so I'm thinking something like that at the base of it all. And obviously this would be a conveyor junction in the middle so that everything could feed through. But yeah, I could definitely see ways of doing it. It would just come down to how much time I wanted to spend in working the numbers out. So but yeah, I could see that being a thing. Oh, it's almost done. It's almost done. One more supercomputer or superconductor. Well, the thing was, it wasn't actually a cough. It was me trying to clear the throat because of my throat went so dry. All right, we have a railgun online again. You know what that means? We have a railgun, we have shields, and we have an assertive on radar. Light transport. Should we do it? I just got the ship prepared, and we're already talking about picking a fight. Oh, man. Ah, all right. So if we... All right, let's get some of this stuff off here. We're going to go... I'm going to do alternating light and heavies. All right, so if we do that from there, what I'm thinking then is we'll just do heavy on this. We do something like this. I'm not sure if we're actually going to change this upper line out, which actually... Oh, no, quit welding it up. Need to remember to turn the bulbs off when I'm doing this stuff. All right. Oh, man. All right. So if we go, say something like that, to something like that, and we do that. So we 1, 2, 3 to there. We're going to do the same thing here. So basically we end up with something that's a little bit better protected than what we had before. And then that can basically ride straight back like so. We can do the same on the other side now. Which is why I was adding so many of the gyros, because I knew we were going to be adding a ridiculous amount of mass to the ship. And so you end up with something like that. That gyro is probably going to go away, or at least be relocated down under. And then for here, we end up with what's effectively something like that. I think we'll just go ahead and do that to tie those in. And just block myself in there. Here we go. Let me do that. And then that all comes through here. And I may actually leave like some kind of window view into this, but I haven't decided yet. We'll see how this actually goes. And then that can go back here. And probably do something like that, just to tie all of that together. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I may bring this out a little bit with, say, something like this, and have it basically come out and do some design work there. There you go. So now we can punch above our weight class again. We actually have bobs that are set for defense. But yeah. So the conveyors here are actually piped in through the back there. These are actually tied directly to the conveyors, and there's double conveyor back there. Oh, you know what I'm kind of tempted to do now that we have this set up? I might do a gravity cannon. I mean, we actually have a natural chamber for it right here. Oh, I haven't done one of those in a while. I don't know. Oh, but we have the technology. I'd have to put a welder in though. Those gravity guns don't work well with Bob. Well, at least the reloading doesn't work well with Bob. I'd have to have him either like just specifically focused in that area. Of course, it does mean I only have to use one.
Energy critical.
So I could pipe a Bob in, have his area of effect be limited to the reload area. That could be interesting. The open conveyors on the outside? Oh, you're talking about here? Yeah, I've got plenty of room. But I'm not sure how I want to do all of this yet. Like I said, I've got like the basic stuff is easy. That way. Yeah. Yeah. Because I am going to just go ahead and seal this side up. Do I want to go ahead and just close that off? I think I may just go ahead and close that off. I'll do the same over here. And that's just to give us our deflection area. Alright, let's go grab some power really quick. Our closest power area is right there. Okay. There we go. Yeah, and then we have to greeble the surface a little bit, but... that could be a thing. So once we get the rest of the railguns online... I'm trying to think of how I want to do this, because I like having the heavy turret on one side. I need to get some defenses in over those jump drives. Maybe put in... I'm thinking maybe that aft portion. If you see that there's a conveyor junction there, that's actually piped into the network because we used to have a turret on that. So maybe I'll put a pre-built turret on that point again. Actually, I was thinking maybe move that like aft of that conveyor junction, take the armor block out, put another junction in, and put the turret on top of that, and then I can window over the jump drives. An Atlas super laser. Oh. Yeah, Brian, it would be nice if we could. I would appreciate having... There used to be a mod for it. I don't know if that's still a thing or not. No. Alright, so let's take a look at our production line really quick. Who was making the supercomputer, or the superconductors? Do you remember? I don't remember. So you're making those. You're making them. Okay. Are we out of gold already? We might be out of gold already. Yeah, we're out of gold. Okay. Well, that's an easy fix. We'll just go get more gold. I'm not even going to decompressor. I'm just going to explosive decompressor. Do I have? I do have drinks. Okay. I'll wait until I'm actually in my ship to open my helmet to drink something. And we've got iced tea. Right. Man, I swear that's one of the things I miss about. Oh well, is what it is. Yeah, for those who don't know, I stopped drinking caffeine years ago, like caffeinated beverages. Not for any reason other than because I wanted to. I had a very bad caffeine addiction for a while. And so, yeah, I stopped drinking it. And I just, there are certain days, man, I miss things like iced tea and, you know, like the iced tea and lemonade stuff. It's like, oh, so many things that I used to drink that I don't drink anymore. But oh well, is what it is, right? We all make choices. It's funny, everybody basically said the same thing at the same time. Yeah, there's a mod for it. Yeah, it's definitely one of those features that should be vanilla. It's unfortunate that the modding community had to really step up on that one. But it is what it is. Man, I sound like I'm hitting puberty for a third time. Yeah. Eric's weapons. When it positively, absolutely positively has to be blown up on the first strike. It should be their tagline. See, I forgot we were building field emitters. So... we're just going to fill this thing up. Yeah, the modding community really did keep all Space Engineers running, you know, long past its livelihood should have. I mean, it's a great game, don't get me wrong. But there are things that Keen has said that they don't see as part of their core vision for the game. Like, say, you know, ridiculously large small grid ships. So the modders had to step in and make those types of things viable. And to be fair, Merrick and the guys over at Keen, or I should say the folks over at Keen, have been doing a really good job listening to the community. The Warfare Pack specifically was a good example of that. They worked really closely with a lot of the modding community and the external teams that were working on stuff for Space Engineers. And, you know, they really did do a good thing with this one. Yes, the cockpit can pass things through. How it does it? Don't know. There's some in-game justification for passing it, so I haven't figured out what it is, but hey, it works. That's all I care about. I mean, come on, we have nanobots that are welding up ships for us, so my disbelief has been thoroughly suspended. Oh, man. Alright, so we need probably 100k gold ore is what we're going to end up needing to burn through. Of course, we're not doing any more shield emitters, so we'll see. Use this portal tech. There you go. Oh. Hey man, as long as we don't name it Gladys, we should be okay, right? You gotta remember not to think logically. Yeah, that's kind of the joke on Space Engineers. It's like so many things in the game you actually have to think logically on, but then you have these like just random little bits that are like all right, let's see how much gold we have. Not too bad. So we're 31k there, 42k. So this thing will hold 420k. We do have the times 10 inventory systems. Excuse me. for just such a reason. All right. Let's grab a little bit more. If anyone's actually interested in the little rovers things like this that I build, let me know and I'll put them up on the workshop for you. I'm horrible about building things in game and forgetting to grab blueprints and putting them up on workshops for everybody. You have to actually tell me you want it on the workshop for me to remember it. Like the laws of thermodynamics. Exactly, Brian. Have I seen the Night Owl Astrodroids? No. Night Owl built Astrodroids? Okay, I'm gonna have to go check those now. Yeah, I unfortunately don't spend as much time in the mod community as I should. Of course, I also don't spend as much time doing a lot of things that I probably should. Oh, man. But yeah, no, good. I'll have to check that out. Thanks for the tip. Oh, did it hit the workshop top tier list? The workshop highlights? Yeah, if it's on the highlight list, I'll definitely go check it out then. And this is how you know you've mined too much gold, when you start hitting iron. It's OP, it wells as fast as your ship takes damage. So it's an R2 unit. Oh man. I can see where they got the name for the astromech at. Alright. It is up on front page? Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do anything with it on a series because I tend not to run the ridiculously brokenly OP stuff too often. Bob is my one exception to it because Bob is, as much as I make jokes about Bob being overpowered, he is actually fairly scaled. At least by default. Some of the mods that you can use, like the control scripts and stuff. Yeah, there's some things you can do with Bob that I'm surprised. You know, I was like, it's kind of crazy. Just exactly how much functionality Bob has. Like the item queuing script. That thing is awesome. Hey Hood, how you doing? The Eat, Sleep, Drink, and Repeat mod is the survival mod that I'm using. So it actually has integrations for some of the modified UI, the HUDs that people have released. This is the color UI. All of the mods that I'm using are in the description for the stream, and if you're watching this as a VOD later on, it'll be in the description of the video. But yeah, it works really well. that should keep us in gold for a little while. As long as we don't have to build another shield generator. Hey Thomas, which script are you referring to? The Bob script? Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. I don't have it loaded, so let me see here. There you go. That's the description for it. Let me see if I can. There we go. Found it. Found it. There you go. Yeah, so that'll take you straight to that specific script. If you visit that mod author's workshop page, you'll find a bunch of things that are related to Bob, including like the drill and fill and a bunch of the other mods that they've made. Almost 80k gold. That should keep us going. Yeah, no worries. Like I said, I may not use it often, but, you know, I do try to keep up on them. Hey, Crunch, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday for the folks that are joining us. Happy whatever day it happens to be if you're watching this as a VOD. Alright, so remember, we said we had to get to about that point. And up a little bit. Am I too far forward or too far back? Which do you guys think? Too far back. I was close. Let's do that, and set that to charge. All right, turn that off. Okay. Whoop, forgot to close my helmet. It's one of those days. Alright, so if we go, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little sneaky. We're gonna go out this way. You are still waiting for superconductors. You have started getting superconductors, which means our 2 primary weapons should be done. Yes? Oh, it lied to me. Why are you getting parts then? You should not be getting parts. You should be getting parts. You've only got half of your superconductors. I have to go figure that one out. Alright. So one of the things I would like to see is a UI option that allows you to see. Basically, you go in here and it would say, you know, you select you would see what everybody's building instead of having to scroll through them. What I'd like to be able to do is say, I want to look at all the assemblers, right? And have a list of just the assemblers of what they're producing and how many are queued. Because all the information's there, we don't pull it. So I'm wondering, I know that there are some control scripts that will allow you to do that. But I'm wondering if anybody's built a UI mod that has that in here. It'd make life a lot easier. Let's go up here. Okay, so assembler 6. There. I don't remember which one it was. I keep forgetting. You're all supposed to remind me. There we are. Assembler 8 is making these guys. Okay, so it's missing gold, obviously. Yeah, so we're going to do gold. Actually, I want to go refineries. And we don't need you producing that for now. You go over here. I want you guys, I want two of you splitting the gold. Who's got more gold? You've got about the same amount of gold. So we'll run you up there. And then just because we can, because it's quick, it's already done. There you go. Alright, so that should get us in good construction. Alright. What are you... Oh, you're actually working. I was like, what in the hell? So it's already up to the 84 superconductors. That's good. Okay, so when that comes online, the ship is basically, I won't say done, but it'll be in a position where we'll be able to hopefully protect ourselves a little bit better. Okay, so we got that. We've got those that we need to wait to come online, and we have a bunch of plates and stuff that need to be done, which means I actually have to queue up some more plates. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you. We got to talk about a bunch of random things today. I think this was one of the more random conversation days that we've done in a while. So, but I want to thank you all for hanging out and having those conversations. It's been a lot of fun. I always enjoy chatting with you guys. Oh, let's see here. You're doing that, you're doing that. And I think I need probably another 1,000 of those. So we'll just have those, crank those out. And I am going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. We will be back tomorrow around the same time for the Leaky O2 series live stream. For those who don't know, we've got a series going where our suit has been damaged, very much like Mad Maven's concept of a no suit challenge, except we're doing it in space, so we actually have a suit, but it consumes oxygen at a ridiculous rate. A full suit lasts you roughly 20 seconds before you start taking damage, so it's just enough time to get out of a ship and get into another one. So yeah, we're doing that. We've got a bunch of challenges on that side going on. If you're interested, like I said, we will be here tomorrow at the same time. If you're enjoying the Redship challenge, or the Redship build, this particular playthrough, we do this on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at the same time, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, so I'm going to get out of here. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll see you back here tomorrow for the Leaky O2 and Wednesday for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe.